Colette's up in New York, visiting our daughter Sarah. I am going to get a little bit of fishing, maybe some bike riding, and some gold panning in. Just a little bit of playing around. This is on my way up, getting into the White Mountains. Intention is to go to a couple areas that I really like up here in New Hampshire. Welcome to the National Forest. We're in it. Actually, I've been tracing along the sides of it for a little while now. Wildwood River should be off to my right, and Lost River Entertainment Area, or whatever that is just up ahead here. But we're going out to Wildwood for our first stop on this adventure. Meet up with Jon and his dog Colt, do a little panning in the wild Amanuzik, maybe a little bit of fishing. This area through here, let me turn that down. This area through here is known as Kinsman's Notch. I have hiked through this from the Cannon Mountain side. Went up through Lonesome Lake and then into Kinsman from that side. That was years back. Now I try to drive to these places. Alright, I think this is Cobblebrook Road, but it is Forest Road 352 at the very least. There's a sign that says there's logging going up in here, but there's really not too much being shown. It looks like there's been a whole lot of big trucks coming through here, but we'll go up a little bit deeper and see what we see. I'm getting a name on the GPS. So what do I got? Bowen. B-O-W-E-N. Bowen Brook. Well, 352 is shut down right at the junction. So we swung on to 352A. This should go up to Height of Land and pretty much dead end. But it'll be interesting to see what's up in here. Never been up here yet before. We found one legitimate campsite so far. Be interesting to see if there's something all the way up top here. Kind of the cool thing is I actually have cell service over here. Cool. Well, we can find a spot to tuck into, being it's a national forest. Beginnings of a view. Backside of Cannon? I don't know. Well, it's about to end. It'd be nice. Ooh, might be an open area just up ahead here. See what we get and see if we get a view. Oh, nice view. Well, that went up to a nice little clearing, which was pretty cool. We found probably a good spot to camp up here. Right along the road, I'd say I'm probably halfway in. So if you get all the way up to the split of 352 and 352A, you passed it. There's like a pull through on one side and probably like a tenter site on the other side. Outside of that, there's like little areas to pull over, but man, I wouldn't do it because you're still pretty much on the road. So there is one more we'll take a little better look at. Yeah, like the one I just passed right there. You could probably just get off the edge. Not worth it. But right at the very beginning, there's a spot there that looks like you could park and then hike up at the tent. But it looked quite out of level right at the base. But I'm going to stop again and take a better look at it. A little more of the scenery. the mountains in the distance. This is a nice road. I like being on 112. I'm not, I guess it's just the crowds over on the Canyon-Mangus that turned me off of going the opposite way on Lincoln. And I like this side because less people over here. Heading out panning. That's John out in front of me. Back into the National Forest. So there's a little stretch right here that was private land, and we just crossed in. Oh, what's this sign? Well, they got logging going on out here too. This is the second road right in this area that we've been on that they have active logging going on. This is only tarred for a short distance here. Once we hit the gate, it goes to dirt. Coming up Route 116 out of Wildwood campground and heading towards Errol. So we're going to go Berlin and then back roads up into Errol. Haven't been up this way in quite a while, so this should be an interesting run. I like 116 so far. Probably turned it on a minute too late. But what a nice little farm and open area. The hillsides up above. We're coming through the area of Sugar Hill. Neat area. Nice view. Well, Siri decided that was enough with Route 116. Let's put them on a smaller road. Oh, cross-country skier sign. There's trails up here, or they ski the road? Wild. This could have been a gorgeous view, but the clouds are in. Kind of a shame, but this is all supposed to burn off, and we're supposed to have a sunny afternoon. But we've been kind of driving into this, I guess you call it receding rain. There's my view of Mount Washington. As I take the corner here, it'll be directly in front of you. And that's really what I expected. But man, when it's a nice sunny day, this gets a really neat look at it that I don't usually see. We're out of Berlin and on Success Pond Road. This puts us dirt all the way back out to Route 16 at the Seven Islands Bridge, about a quarter mile off of, or a half a mile off of Molodgewok Campground. Now, this is a fun little drive coming in here. Yep. First car. Shot from here. We're still on Success Pond Road, about 7-8 miles in. Oh, good Lord. I think I again turned it on just a hair late because it had a good shot right up through the notch up there. This is a new part of this road to me. I like this section. What I'm doing is detouring around Success Pond. Going through Success Pond area, it really kind of sucks. It's all private camp. They're right up against the road. It's just weird. I just prefer not to do it. So if this works out right, this will become my new path through. And so far, I like this road. There's a few more hiking trails off to the Appalachian along this as well. We just passed one, and it looks like I'm going to swing even closer to the Appalachian before I start turning away from it and it away from me. There's the corridor sign. Berlin, Gorlum, food and gas. We're heading Main Magog. There we go. Jeez. Oh, I can't freaking talk. This is, I think, Four Corners Road now, but it's above Success Pond. few miles above Success Pond, and the ATV trail is hooked back up to this. So they call this a 25-mile-an-hour road, which I'm doing 15-20 on. Well, this has view written all over it. Let's see if we actually get one. Height to land. And we lose the ATV traffic. Huh. So we're no longer sharing the road. Alright, maybe a view up here too. Alright, we just made the turn off of Four Corners Road, heading over towards Androscoggin. I think they call this Subdivision Road. I took a picture of the sign back there. These clouds are supposed to continuously burn off. We got plenty of blue sky to the south of us. So all this stuff is supposed to be moving north. If it does, it's just going to get really, really pretty. It's still nice out there. I mean, it's like 68 degrees and nice cool air coming through. Not much of a wind, so it's a nice easy breeze. A little buggy, but man, I wish we were seeing more wildlife out here. So we've had this road pretty much to ourselves. I should have taken a picture of that one too. They have got a lot of new signage up out here. That bothers me because it's going to direct a lot of people out here. I'd rather it didn't become that populated, because these roads will turn to crap quick. But there's a lot of signage out here. They're making it pretty easy to come through. Yeah, that's what I mean right there. There's burnout marks. And up into the hillside right there, into the little landing. Yeah, that's going to happen a lot. God, I don't want this area getting shut down. This is too nice of a ride, and we don't have enough of these still left in New Hampshire. We're right on the edge of a national wildlife refuge and conservation area. Forest Legacy Conservation Area. There's a road that goes down into it, and that little road right back there cuts across it. And you can go in a little bit, but there's nothing that goes through that I can see. And it seems to me there was an area that was blocked off, so I think I tried that once before. One of my favorite parts of this drive is I come into the Seven Island Bridge and cross the Androscoggin. I love this thing. I really do. Danger, danger, danger. Not maintained for heavy loads. Passenger vehicles only. Ooh, look at the river. Ooh-wee. She's moving. Oh, is she pretty. And no, I'm not going up that dirt hill. Wow, there's plenty of water in the Androscoggin. And John crossing the Seven Islands Bridge over the Androscoggin. This is probably the coolest part of this drive.